Pepe holders, welcome back. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark, for those of you that do not know. We need to talk about the price levels of Pepe, and as we approach a make or break level, there's one big metric that does stand out on me, and we have been talking about it a little bit here on the channel. And as we get deeper into kind of what's going on in the Middle East, this is kind of where we look for the tables to turn potentially for the crypto market. I want to kind of highlight what Pepe is doing on the day, but let's get down into it, guys. And if you are new to the channel, this is a perfect time to do so. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us. We do talk crypto and the frog every single day. And let's look at what Pepe is doing on the charts. Okay, so as we get deeper into this, I want to share with you guys that I am not financial advisor. Always be sure to do your own research and due diligence. But right now, Pepe has given back that fifth zero, very crucial. And as we look at it, this has been kind of my storyline and theme, is that if Pepe continues to fall, and I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell a crypto, but if we did approach that 507, 508 even, definitely looking to add to my position, because I think that in this current market, I would have Pepe valued at a 402 price level. Okay, so I think that there is room to make an argument that Pepe could see a little bit of a movement. And I'm not saying that we're going to necessarily double in value, but I do think that this is something where Pepe is completely oversold. I think that the rest of the crypto world has kind of responded to the ceasefire, and that's why we're seeing some green days on the charts. So up 6.6% on the day, still a red week and month and year overall, if you want to get into the nuts and bolts of it. But that's kind of where we look into the storyline moving forward, and that's why we're going to talk about this make or break level. Okay, but before we talk about this, if you do want to start trading on my exchange, this is BTCC. Okay, so come trade with me. 10% bonus on your first time deposit. Now, the reason why I'm pushing this is because not only am I an affiliate with BTCC, but I think it is the hottest promotion in the game. 10% bonus on your first time deposit. You can earn up to extra bonuses of 10,055 per user and 40% lower trading fees. So no VPN or KYC necessary. Check them out. 500x up to 500x leverage if you are a leverage trader. Links are down below if you want to enjoy those sign up perks and promotions. Just make sure it's right for you, where you're located, understand their terms and conditions, and do all of your due diligence before jumping on board BTCC and start trading today. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. We could talk about the rebound between that 40115 and 40112. I don't think there's any world where we don't hit that, but the RSI right now being very oversold, the short-term correction of sellers have maybe been exhausted. We talked about some of the big whale movements. There has been some liquidations of multi-million-dollar holders of Pepe, but as the open interest, and this is the big metric that I do want to highlight, it's flashing a divergence despite the price dropping. I think that as we've gotten that fifth zero back, this is maybe where the bulls start to align themselves and take control once again. But as we look into a 15% surge in the open interest during this market crash, I think that right now the $539 million divergence has a lot of opportunity. And I know that you guys are looking at it and saying, well, if we go from 509 to 40115, it's not going to be that big of a move, but it does matter for a lot of the big traders out there. And if you do expect Pepe to go on a little bit of a run and achieve a little bit of a rebound where we could obviously trade back into price levels that I think that Pepe is more relevant, right? And for me, it's not financial advice, but this is where I see Pepe. I think it's valued at a 4015, 4017. I think that is the current kind of valuation that I would have, despite the price levels not actually representing that right now, okay? But as we look into this, it's called the fair value gap, the FVG. Now, this has a 92% historical fill rate on the one-day chart, making it a high probability reversal setup that we're seeing. Now, will it rally? Nobody has that crystal ball. It's crypto. Anything can happen. We can have a tweet. We can have a you-know-what go on overseas, and next thing you know, we're back right here at square one. But this is where we saw this back on June 12th after Pepe dropped 16% down to the 40112 within 3 days. That gap shows an imbalance with the market that usually lends to filling that inefficiency before resuming that previous trend, which in this case is a downtrend. Now, as Pepe looks to fill this gap, the first target would be getting back up to the 4015, 115, I should say, and a close above the midline of the FVG gap, which this is above my head. I'm not a firm believer in technical analysis. I don't pretend like I know it like the back of my hand, but this is where they call it the consequential encroachment. Okay, now if we do see that, You can see it right there on your screen. That would lend towards a kickstarting of a bullish reversal. Okay, so that's the biggest thing that we have to go off of. For me, guys, I kind of just devote a lot of my technical analysis to my trading indicator. We are still flashing momentum down here on the daily, but we have seen what I have indicated by this circle. The moving averages have crossed over one another. So if we do get a bounce back, and this blue line I have drawn for days and weeks now, this is kind of where I look for Pepe on this trend line. If we do break through this, this is where I could see us really setting up, getting back to the 401415 category. That's kind of where my next stop would be, the 401391. If Pepe does break out, that's kind of where I see Pepe headed to. I don't have a crystal ball, but that's just kind of how I'm playing it. And right now, as we had this tumultuous week where conflict was in high alert, I think that it did provide a lot of opportunities for some of the longer players. And getting a meme coin such as the likes of the narrative of Pepe, you kind of have a little bit of talk about down here as we look at this level where that 5074, that's kind of the level that I was hoping that Pepe would reach so that I could add to my position. Okay, and that's kind of how I'm playing it. Okay, a lot of people probably are sitting on the sidelines waiting for some relief within the sentiment, trying to not, I guess you would say, go too risk avert, but still waiting for kind of a reversal within the trends that we're seeing from the macro. And I think that's been the biggest storyline. But the data that you need to follow is the open interest, and that's kind of what we came here to talk about. The Pepe open interest spiking 15%. They added about $90 million, okay, in open interest within 24 hours. So traders are opening new positions on the meme coin in terms of the futures market, and that's something as we look for these interests, the open interest rising. I think that as the sentiment, the funding rate continues to be positive, I think Pepe does have a little bit of a bullish avenue to go down as Pepe holders open up more and more long positions. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on the FVG as well as some of the open interest numbers. But for you guys, I want to know your comments down below. Do you think Pepe bounces back? Give your thoughts and comments down below. But I appreciate you guys giving me a couple minutes of your time. As always, make sure you check out my link down below for BTCC if you want to start trading on that exchange. Thank you once more. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow in the next video. Cheers.